Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. These words that Jesus says may sound a little strange to us at first. We have to think about it as the love that orders all other loves. The love that orders all our other loves. When someone gets married, all of a sudden there's this radical change in their life where all their decisions and all they do, all the decisions they make now, deeply involve and affect this other person, their spouse, in a way like never before. So all of a sudden, all their decisions in life have to involve this other person because they are deeply affected by it. That it then orders all the rest of their relationships in life. In marriage, this becomes the most important human relationship that affects our relationship with everyone else. In a way, you might say it's the relationship that orders all our other relationships. And even much more so than with Jesus Christ. That our relationship with the Lord isn't just about following rules or orders, like a relationship with a general, but it's about this love that orders all our other loves. See, Jesus didn't come just to be our cheerleader. Good job, keep up what you're doing fine. That's not why Jesus came into the world. If we were doing fine, he wouldn't have come into the world. But Jesus came to reorder the world. Because we as human beings are inherently disordered. That we have these selfish inclinations, these disordered desires, that our passions or emotions tend to dominate our intellect and our will. And thus, we can sometimes sacrifice the greater good that is sometimes expensed for a cheaper thrill or more immediate desire. And all of this can lead to our tendency to see others as something to be used to satisfy me, or an obstacle to be tolerated, avoided, or worse, removed. And in both of those cases, neither of those are true love. Whether we're using someone to satisfy something, it may have the veneer of love, look like love, there may even be something of loving feelings, but under all of it, there could still be this selfish inclination. If I'm using this person merely to satisfy something in me, this selfish gravity underneath it all. But Jesus came to reorder our disordered loves. He came to be the love that orders all the rest of my life. I've talked before about how in the human soul we have this hole in the soul, this void inside of us that's a God-shaped, God-sized hole, a void that if left unfilled becomes a vacuum that spurs on this selfish inclination of drawing and using things in the world and especially other people to satisfy something in me. But Jesus came, took on our humanity to fill that hole. We're called to be in relationship with God, which is why that hole exists. And so we have to be in relationship with God and allow him to fill up that hole. And when we do, then Jesus will not only fill up that hole, but he'll fill it up to overflowing. When I make Jesus my all in all, the things that satisfies that deepest void inside, only then can I truly love others. That when I love Jesus better than everyone else, I can love everyone else better. When I love Jesus better than everyone else, I can love everyone else better. And that's what Jesus is driving at today. To To truly love people in our life, we have to love Jesus above all things, because we allow him to fill the hole in the soul, fill the void inside, to order my disordered desires, my disordered passions, and that all orients me rightly, fully towards love. Because rather than things being bent on me, trying to fill something in me, Jesus fills me to overflowing so I can become a source of love for others. God, who is love, is the one who fills up my soul. That I first have to lose my life to him in order to find it. As he says, those who seek their lives will lose it, but those who lose their lives for my sake will find it. It's that strange paradoxical mystery that when I simply try and live for numero uno, number one, to look out for myself and live only for myself, when I desperately seek my own happiness above all other things at the expense of others, that's exactly where it slips through my fingers. But when I lose my life in love, most of all, first and foremost to God, secondly to neighbor, then that's when I truly begin to live, to find life, to lose my life to him first, and then to live into all the gifts that he's given us. That all these things the church gives us, that at first can seem like a bunch of rules we have to follow, sacraments, holy days, feast days, confession, communion, time for prayer, seem like checklists or obligations, rather are meant to be the very things that help us to enter into, to experience his love, to encounter him in various ways and allow his love to fill us up and to order the disordered loves in my life. They're not merely hoops for me to jump through, but all ways for us to be in relationship. It's just like when, to go back to the first analogy, when one falls in love, I say, I have to spend time with this person. I have to go out for dinner with them and buy them something nice. Hopefully, if you start out dating and that's your experience, well, maybe you probably shouldn't keep dating them. It's not normally what's going through people's minds when they first fall in love. I get to spend time with them. I'm excited to do these things. I want to spend time with them, be with them. That it's not just a bunch of work and hoops to jump through and boxes to check, but acting out of love for this person, falling in love with them, spending time with them, for that love to work on my life. The love that orders all other loves. So that's what we're living for. That's what Jesus came to do. That's what he's talking about losing his life to him for his sake, about loving him above all things. So let us continue to fall in love, because when we fall in love ever more fully with Christ, then everything else falls in place. Amen.